Jager, 5 minutes or less. I'm actually kind of inspired to do this one by one of my students who is picking up Jager and actually kind of doing a good job with him. Jager's gadget is the active defense system, the ADS. You're going to hear it called a lot. What it does is you can put it down on floors, you can put it down on walls, anything that you can reach. It'll just sit there and do its thing. It has to be, shot out or destroyed by something. What it does is any gadget from the attackers that passes its radius, such as frag grenades, ash charges, Zofia charges, anything that's a projectile that passes through it, this is going to destroy, and then for 10 seconds, it's out of commission. I'm not going to teach you just spots to put Jaegers, because that's not teaching, that's memorizing. What I'm going to do is give you two, good rules of thumb to think about where you're going to put these things. First rule of thumb is you want to make sure that the enemy has a hard time actually destroying the ADS so that it can actually, do its job. Like this right here, this is a pretty bad spot, because if they come for this window, they're probably going to be higher up than me, but they will see the light and probably pop it like that. Window here, they'll probably pop it. So when you're putting these things down, you don't want to think about where it is. You want to think about the radius it has. You don't want to put it here, obviously, because they can still shoot it. You don't want to put it here, because as you saw, they can still shoot it. A good spot here would probably be down here. Because for them to shoot it, they'd have to know it's down here. They'd have to be, the very top of this window and look down, which is pretty dangerous, all things considered, if you have a guy playing piano. The guy on this window is not even going to see it. So when you're putting it down, think about spots where the enemy's going to have a really hard time actually seeing it, but it will have an easy time actually catching gadgets. Is this thing going to show the radius? Yep, see the radius that thing covers. Any projectile they throw through these windows, the ADS will zap, but they're not going to be able to shoot it out. They just have to kind of burn it and maybe push in to get it. The second big rule of thumb when you're putting down ADSs and trying to figure out spots is you want to think about where they're going to go and where they're going to actually, do their job and get value. I was doing two ADSs in piano here because when you're playing cafe, when you're playing especially the top floor site, piano is a really fucking strong room that you want to control. Because they're going to come from this window, this window, this window. And if they get control of this site, they have Cigar, which has sight lines into sight. They have Whitehall here, which shuts down. They basically, when they catch this, they shut down both stairs. But they also have a sight, into sight. They could probably bust a wall and get into freezer, and then, go for a plant behind the desk over here. You want to hold piano like a motherfucker. And there's 3 windows, so 2 out of 3 chance they're going to push over here. So you'd want an ADS protecting these windows. That's good ADS because, first rule, it's hard for them to see and hard for them to shoot. They're going to have a hard time clearing that without just, burning it and pushing it. Second rule is you want to control piano, so it's understandable you use a Jaeger here. You could honestly use 2 in here because a good team will push piano like a motherfucker. If you want to put them in spots that aren't very, map focused and very focused on your team and your roamers, ask your team where they're going to be playing. Let's say I'm going to have a guy playing the white stairs so that they can't really push white stairs. And my white stairs guy wants support. My white stairs guy wants help. So I would try to figure out, okay, he's going to play white stairs. He's going to have people coming from here. He's going to have people coming from here. So I would probably put the ADS here so that, they're going to be able to see it if they come from this way, but also the guy playing white stairs is going to see them from up here. So, that part's kind of 50-50. Depends on how your white stairs guy plays. But if they come from here and they just kind of throw frags up the stairs, ADS is going to catch them. And if they're, just chucking frags this way, then, they're going to have a hard time actually catching the guy. And, yeah, that's the general 2 rules of thumb when you're trying to find places to put ADSs. If you're that worried about, needing a starting point, there's, a million videos out there on, places to put Jaeger ADSs. Off the top of my head, I could think of putting one here so that you have the guy playing in piano, and he has ADS there, protects him from the windows. And, yeah, Jaeger, 5 minutes or less. Have fun with map knowledge. Peace.